What's going on? So I'm back. This is vlog number 3. I know it's been a while, but I thought this would be a good opportunity to sort of give you guys some insight into my process for working on Kerslash. And I was going to do like a walkthrough from the concept and animatic stage all the way up to the finished animation. So we can jump right into it. I don't have the screen capture software on my computer anymore. So what I got to do is just point the camera at the computer. It's bootleg, but it'll get the job done. So let's jump to it. Alright, so what we have here, this is a shot from my animatic. And basically in this shot, what's supposed to happen is Paige runs towards the screen, and then she like jumps in the air, and then she's supposed to slash her sword downwards into the camera. And that was supposed to transition into the next shot. I'll show you guys real quick. So, the problem with this is that the next shot is the big shot that I had a couple of people working on. It was me, Sean Tate, and another guy named Wayne Torres. Wayne, he did the background. Sean, he did the rough animation and timed it. And I went over everything and did all the post production, like the colors and all that stuff, and made it look shiny and nice. The problem is, what's happening is there's a continuity error because at the end of this shot, she's swinging her sword into the camera, but then in the next shot, she's not swinging her sword. She's dashing. So what I got to do is I'm going to change this shot and make it so she's doing more of like a Dragon Ball Z, like air dash thing into the camera. And what's cool about that is that'll save me some animation because I don't have to animate her running, which is always a good thing. Doing the run cycle would have been kind of a time-consuming thing because I wanted it to look a certain way. But now because I'm going to do this air dash sort of thing to match up the next shot, that'll really save me some time and stuff. What I got going on right here is I got all my keyframes laid out. I think I did these like 30 minutes before I had to go to work one day, and that was like last week. That was the last time I was able to really mess with these. One thing that's cool about doing these like sort of zoomy shots where you zoom into their face, like whether you're zooming out or zooming in, they're fairly simple. You don't have to do too much to them to make them look good, as long as you do the zoom right and stuff. And this drawing right here is the one that we're going to hold on for the majority of the shot. So like I said, the cool thing about this is I can keep this shot fairly simple. So this is going to just be like, I think, what do I got here? I got like 5 frames right here, and I think I'm going to keep it about no more than like 6 or 7. But this is going to be the starter frame. And like I said, she's going to do sort of a Dragon Ball Z zoom thing. Also over here, I had to figure out the pose. Like I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but I couldn't draw the pose right. So I did a bunch of these. There's like three more of these somewhere with bad drawings on them. Just trying to figure out how to draw that pose. And as a matter of fact, some of these drawings I'm going to have to fix later. Like the inked one, I got to fix her arm in that shot because I drew it wrong. I'll show you that too. Yeah, so right now what I'm going to do is about to sit down and ink these, and then we'll jump to the computer. Okay, so I just finished uploading all my frames into Flash. I also went through, I animated Paige's hair right here so you can see for when I do this sort of zoom part. And I still got to go through, I'm going to go through and color this. You can see I added some, I closed these shapes and stuff for when I have to go color this. One thing I got to do is add the Koga to her hat. I almost forgot to do that, so I'm going to do that right now, actually. And hopefully my computer won't crash, because it is acting like it wants to. And one thing that's cool is that these frames are going to fly by so fast that you won't really notice how sloppily I've written on her hat. And I think the next couple of frames, her hat is out of the shot, so that saves me some trouble. Alright. So, you can see I got this little page right here that I'm going to be eyedropping my color from. So one thing, like I said before in the other video, I like to change my background color to like a gray, just so I can make sure I didn't miss anything that's supposed to be white. And I guess for right now, I'll start with her skin. Paige's skin is like a specific color. I forget what the hex number is. I used to have the hex number memorized for what her skin tone is. It's very specific though. Oh, you know what? This part is inside of a symbol. Just like last time, I'm going to start from the beginning and color all the frames. Okay, so got all my frames colored, so you can just get a rough little. And the audio isn't. I just got the audio in there just to help me out as far as like timing and stuff. But that audio is not going to stay when I drop it back in the real in the real shot. So the next thing I got to do, everything is colored and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this zoom in. Pretty simple. Oh, wait a minute. And let's see. I'll just shrink this down a little bit, and we're almost done with like the preliminary portion of this shot. What I might have to do, I'm realizing I got to do something about her sword, so I'll fix that. And I gotta slide her over some. Thanks. I spent all that time lining up her eyeballs. I'm going to raise this frame up a little bit. Hopefully it won't jack up my zoom. Last step in this whole process is the background. And, you know, I wanted that striking sort of speed line effect. So what I got here, this is a screen tone from a screen tone pack I had left over from when I used to do the comic. So what I did is I just made a new file in Photoshop that's the same size as my stage in Flash, and I did a nice little 3-frame cycle. So normally if you're going to have an effect like this, anything with speed lines, you always want to do 3 frames that are just cycling. You can get away with 2 if you're doing a lower frame rate, but I would recommend 3. And you can sort of see I did like this weird halo thing to sort of convey the movement, and added a gradient and stuff. So if we jump the flash, we can see what it looks like finished with all the, with my color effect layer. And we can go ahead and take a look at the final shot.